This is a Washington Post article about the anti-LGBTQ backlash, but this is so, like the fucking amount that these people's brains are fried at these places like Washington Post. So their article is, they go, as anti-LGBTQ backlash grows across the Middle East, echoing U.S. culture wars. Across the Middle East, the communities face a growing crackdown, echoing efforts by prominent American conservatives to restrict rights of gay people. So they're just sort of outlining the story that gay people were just living life in the Middle East, just gay brothels on every corner. And then Ben Shapiro fucking goes.
I mean, I don't agree with them, but America definitely is the top of the pyramid, and everything trickles down culturally with that kind of stuff.
But they were more aggressive.
For sure, they were more aggressive, and the problem is that they started to make inroads in Turkey and stuff, where essentially, I mean, it's funny because one of the things they're talking about is that Istanbul had this gay pride, and it was what we were talking about with the guy.
Well, you can say one influences the other. How many people turned Muslim here because they liked it better?
No, but remember the guy
they're influencing here. The guy who just came on, he's Muslim now.
That's true. But the guy who got caught up for being, because they thought he looked gay at the gay pride parade in Istanbul or whatever, but they're talking about Istanbul. But essentially, they were making little slow inroads in these countries where they were kind of doing some stuff. And then over there, which is obviously they watch all American television, they're like, oh yeah, they're going way, if we keep letting them do this, we're going to end up like that. So now we're like,
that's a good point. So
you're pump the brakes on this. This is we see how this ends up.
So the argument you're making, which I actually do agree with, is they're coming to the same conclusion as American conservatives.
Yes, essentially, and they're just seeing
they're watching Sam Smith fucking with the dildo at the Grammys, and they were just like, you know what? They can't come to our schools.
Yeah, they're watching America speed run their own their own society with this stuff, and they go, okay, well, if we just keep going, we're going to end up like that, and we don't want
this.
That.
Is the pot of gold.
So now we have to. So if America hadn't gone so far, they might actually be better off there. Because they would have been like, oh, it's not so bad.
Well, that's kind of every argument. This is so I agree with you. But and you know what? It kind of reminds me of when people were saying that artists need to, they go, the people will say artists need to use their voice more.
Yeah.
And a lot of times with the abortion thing, people were like, you need to speak up or this and that. There's always some new thing you need to speak up on, right? And you go, yeah. That's what the issue is in somewhere like Alabama. There wasn't enough entertainment people in New York or in LA speaking up. It was you know what? They weren't going to pass the abortion ban, but they were just one actor making an impassioned speech at the Grammys. And I go, look at you. And you go, but they sort of don't see that, right? And you go, look at you. You go, if you were, making some argument about why, gay people need more rights, right? Do you think you would be convinced by one more plumber from Tennessee who stepped up and was like, you were just one God hates sign short? Of course. It's well, why would they be convinced by you? It's obviously the more God hates gay signs you think you hate more. You go, you don't think they operate like that?
Absolutely.
You don't think the Middle East operates like that? Where they go, every time you have a guy helicoptering his dick at the Pride Parade, it's they helicopter a guy's head off.
For sure. Yeah. But also, if you think, you're naive if you don't think that they're on TV news in Turkey showing, a pride parade from New York.
This being what you want?
Being we're coming for your kids, right? And they're saying, they're just saying, this is where this is going to go. This is how this ends up. And,
so
even America's not super pumped about this stuff. So why should we be pumped about eventually getting there?
You go, all the Muslims in America are not happy about it.
Not even the Muslims, everybody.
But I'm just saying, even on,
especially.
Call your uncle that moved over there. See how he's in the curriculum.
Yeah, exactly.
So your cousin, is your cousin. You see that?
Which sucks
around his neck?
Because it's
that's a noose.
Yeah. And it sucks because, it's they're so far back, there's obviously some sort of in-between thing, but it got too far here. And so now they're being punished because, you can't legally be gay.
You don't think what was potentially happening is they were organizing the Pride Parade and then someone's phone was actually on and a TikTok clip of the Joe Rogan Experience came on. And then they go, what's that?
What is this? What is this?
They were just having sort of a safe haven, you know. They were just on the streets it was YMCA. They're doing all that sort of stuff.
They had a little Village People concert.
YMCA. Should we interrupt this broadcast to bring you... Hi, I'd like to talk about MyPillow. And what is this? Cancel the gay pride parade.